especially with those assists off. Come on, brother. Come on. Just had a Coke explode on you? Dear me. Burnsy's in the mud already. Burnsy is in the mud. Right then, another full grid. Things you love to see. The two Alpines of Chaz and Famas Wayne. The two Saubers of Milan and Hazard. The two Hasses of Scotty MT and Lucas Nicodem. And I've started this and realised I better not miss anyone out. The Racing Bulls of Brad and Imad. The Ferraris of Pro and Brash, the Mercedes of Quimo and Kevin, the Aston Martins of Philippe and Dono, the Red Bulls of Burnsy and Calvin, the McLarens of Subi and Mitch, and the Williams of Armin and the legend himself, BGR Atmos. Did I cover everybody? I think I did. Anybody who I missed, I apologise. It is not because you don't mean anything to me. You all mean the absolute world to me. The absolute world. Let me just check something. One sec. That it is working. It is indeed working. Wow, we have 20 viewers in the chat. Brash is in the chat as well. Nice to see Brash in here. Quimo's in the chat as well. Manic as well. Nice to see you in the chat, Manic. Appreciate you stopping by and supporting the VDL Racing League. Right then, first car on the track is currently a Mercedes, and it is Mr. PRST Kevin, full-time in the Mercedes these days, alongside Quimo. That McLaren was weaving very aggressively behind. But Kevin, I think, is going to be the first driver to start a flying lap. Senor Cascada, thank you very much for the follow, sir. Or madam, whichever it is. Although it says senor, so I assume it's the same. Brash lost out to Magnatex last night. Wow, Mag. You finding some pace, brother. You are finding some pace. Pole coming for Burnsy. Honestly, Burnsy, if you get pole, I will... I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. Right then, up the hill towards turn one of the widest corners on the calendar. Turn one at Kota. Kevin takes a very wide entry and heads down the hill into the fast-flowing first few corners. I actually love this part of the track. You need to ride those curbs so much. You can take this bit flat out all the way up to about here, and then before you have to put the brakes on a little bit. But the key to the first sector around Kota is using as much curb as you dare. You need to make those turns as straight as possible and just ride those curbs. You really do. All about straight line speed down here. Could maybe get a toe off that Red Bull on the left hand side, although he is too far away from it. Rear wing open, burning his battery as well down the straight. Spot your braking point. You can take a nice wide entry. He's missed the apex. You can cut that apex quite a lot there. Same with this one here, which he does. Maybe would have liked to do it a little bit tighter. But a reasonably solid first lap here for Kevin. And then we have the triple right-hander. Very easy to overheat your tyres around here. Especially in the race. In the quali, not so much. You can take it nice and tight. But in the race, you might want to look after your tyres a little bit around those three corners. One more corner to go for Kevin in the Mercedes. Again, very wide there. Opens up the DRS, crosses the line, and a 1:34.131 for Kevin. Next cross line is going to be Pro. He can't beat it. He does a 34.507. And Scotty MT has just started a flying lap. Famas Wayne puts his Alpine on provisional pole with a 32.5, immediately beaten, but only just. I say only just, it's a 10th and a half, by BRD Calvin. And Subi's retired. Oh my god, Subi is retired on the penultimate corner of the lap. And with Mitch serving a qualifying ban, that is going to be two McLarens lining up on the 10th row of the grid. Holy hell. About 5 minutes ago, I was picking up McLaren, saying could they get themselves back into the fight for the Constructors' title. Not based on this so far. a double DNF in qualifying. Subi did warn us. He said he's not that great at qualifying here in Kosa. And it couldn't have gone any worse for him. But VDL Brad couldn't have asked for a better start. Provisional pole by 2/10, a 32.232 for him in that V-Cup. V-Cup, Racing Bull, whatever. He is looking to break the P4 curse this week. 5 races in a row, he's finished P4. He is definitely hoping to get onto that podium this time around. Scotty MT then does have a car in front of him, a Ferrari. Interesting to see if he's getting dirty air off that. And he invalidates at the penultimate corner, which is very, very easy to do. You need to cut that curb an awful lot. There's a common theme around Kota. Cutting the curbs is a very common theme indeed. We have, is that an Alpine? That is an Alpine of Chaz Knight Rider coming towards the end of his very first timed effort. Going to cross the line with a lot of battery still in hand, but still goes into P5. A 33.5. He is 1 second off his teammate though. Hello, Imad. I've just seen Imad is in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Best of luck to you. You're currently in the pit lane, but I will try and get on board with you when you are on a lap. We're going to go on board with the GOAT, BGR Atmos. He's here in the Williams, coming towards the end of his first flying lap here in VDL Racing League. Where can he put that Williams? His teammate Armand will be hoping he can get up nice and high to help him in this title fight with Milan. But Atmos is going to cross the line, and he goes P5. He splits the Alpines, a 32.841 for BGR Atmos. A solid opening lap for Atmos, I would say, time-wise. Obviously, we didn't see the entire lap. But time-wise, I would say that's a pretty solid time. 6/10 off VDL Brad on pole. Brash is coming to the end of his in-lap. So I've actually missed Brash putting his time in. But he's gone P2. A 32.292, so half a tenth off Brad. And that is good enough to put the Ferrari on the second row of the grid. Lucas is not on a flying lap. Philippe Celia, I believe, may well be on a flying lap. No, he's not. He's backed out of that. He's definitely backed out of that. Burnsy is on a flying lap. Currently P11 in the Red Bull. Burnsy, of course, is learning no assist. So we've got no traction control, as you might be able to tell from his onboard here. There are yellow flags and 3 cars up ahead of him, which is less than ideal around this triple right. He's burning his battery around there, which is a risky game when you've got no traction control. And he invalidates, does exactly what Scotty MT did, as Milan goes up into 3rd place. He needs a big performance tonight. He goes up into 3rd in that Sauber, 32.327. But where's Armin? Armin is on a flyer. He's just started his flyer, so we'll stay on board with Armin for this. His title rival, or, well, I mean, Milan is his title rival, but he's in 3rd. I mean, his main title rival right now is Brad. The man who hasn't finished on the podium this season is currently in pole position. So what can Armin do about it? A purple first sector, according to the game. We take it with a pinch of salt, though. We know what EA and Codemasters are like. They like to throw purple sectors at us and lie about them when they're not really fastest sectors. But there we go. Down the back straight then for Mr. Armin Plays. Burning his battery, rear wing open on that Williams car. Spot your braking point for the hairpin at the... It's not a hairpin really, is it? It's a 90-degree turn. Round to the left. Move right over to the left. And purple middle sector apparently as well. So if the game is telling me the truth, this could be a good lap time. He would have wanted to take that corner a little bit tighter. But again, burning his battery around the triple right, you can hug that apex on your quali laps, certainly. You can hug it and take it nice and tight. That looks very smooth though, and he's now got 1 corner to go. He's going to run out of battery on the exit, is he? No, he's actually okay. Rear wing, and it is the fastest lap of qualifying so far for Armin Plays, a 32.142. He is a 10th clear of VDL Brad, and Armin has just sent out a statement. That is a statement lap from Armin. It'll probably get beaten in this session, I'm not going to lie. I think we might see someone dip into the 31s, but to do that as your first flying lap, That's a message to Milan and Brad. That is a message. He's not here to mess about. Frank says, I thought Brad was the one that was sweating. I mean, I wasn't in the party pre-race, so I cannot confirm who was sweating and who was not. Good evening, Lanny! Pleasure to have you here, sir. Always nice to see Lanny in the chat. How are you doing, mate? Appreciate you joining in. Are there any particular drivers that you are cheering on tonight, Lanny? Interested to know if there's anybody who you are particularly a fan of. As we see Video Brad coming through the final sector. Is he improving on his time? I don't know. Got a car in front of him burning his battery. See, he took a much tighter line around that triple right, which you absolutely can do. That looked nice. That did look really nice. Final corner then. What can he do? Oh, very, very close to validating, and Video Brad is into the 31s. He steals back that provisional pole. Ladies and gents, we have a fight on our hands. Video Brad goes up into P1 with a 31.945. Famas Wayne has just gone into P3, by the way. He's cut a few corners that way. I notice you're in that, mate, but steady on, steady on. He goes up into P3 with a 32.223. Very decent from him. We're going to hop on board with Brash, who apparently is 4 tenths up and has just set a purple middle sector. Could we see Brash, Mr. Ben Brash, could we see him move himself up into that provisional pole position slot? Penultimate corner here, not quite as smooth as Brad, but did he have enough time in hand? That is a really nice entry into the final corner, and he's going to cross the line, and he smashes it by 3 tenths. Brash, a 1:31.652. Incredible lap time from Brash. You're going to hop aboard with Imad here. He's about to cross the line for his first lap, and he goes P8. Remember, the V-Carbs have not finished on the podium this season, but they're up there. They are up there in the constructors. Brad is up there in the drivers. So they're having a very solid season indeed. Calvin is on the outlap. I do want to go on board with him shortly. Chaz has just gone into P8 with a 32.68. Lanny is supporting his old teammate in the F2, and that is Armin Plays. He's currently P3 and in the pit lane right now. So we'll see what he can do when he decides to come back out. Scotty MT has invalidated in the first sector. Less than ideal for him with just over 5 minutes to go. Pro comes into the pit lane. Burnsy is on another lap. So let's stay on board with Burnsy now. I'm sure he will not forgive me for going on board with him. He doesn't really want the pressure. You can see he's struggling just a little bit to get the traction down as we head down the hill and through the first sector. Ride those curbs nicely. You really need to push track limits to the absolute limit in that first sector. You really do. What wings are the VDL boys running? Milan, I cannot help you. I don't know. What I can tell you is the wings that I use around Kota. And the wings that I use around Kota are 42.36. Find it gives me a good balance of downforce in the first and final sectors, and my straight line speed is okay. It's okay. Not the lowest, not the fastest down the straights, but it's fast enough. As Imad has crashed entering the pit lane. Wow, Imad. He's currently P9. Let's see where he ends up, because, I mean, that is our third DNF of the quali session. Okay, one of them was a quali ban, but still, you know. As we stay on board with Burnsy into the final sector then. I'm running 39.42. Milan is running inverted wings. You heard it here first. Inverted wings for Milan. He's going to have an awful lot of downforce in that first sector. R.I.P. Imad, yeah. Well, let's see where he ends up though. Currently P9 on the grid, as we have just 2 cars on track. One of them is Calvin. What can he do? Calvin, along with a few others who I can't remember off the top of my head, is bidding to become, that is an invalidation right there, I can tell you that for nothing, is bidding to become the first driver to win 2 races in the VDL Racing League. No one's done it yet. We've had 5 races and 5 different winners. Mitch was a naughty boy. 2-stop or 1-stop? Milan, this is a 1-stop. This is a 1-stop. Personally, it's a 1-stop. You can 2-stop it. And of course, it depends. Depends on safety cars and so on and so forth. Did Calvin not win one in the Alpine as well? Yeah, he did. But he's not one in the red. Oh, did he? Hold on a minute. Let me check this. Let me check this. If me and the boys got this awfully wrong. So Myron won in Australia, Armin won Bahrain, Subi won the next one, then it was Armin, then it was Calvin. So you had 5 different winners. Might have to 2-stop for an alternative strat, Milan. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. It is entirely your choice. Me personally would 1-stop it. But, like I said, of course, safety cars, virtual safety cars, field spread as well. Field spread could be a thing, you know, if you feel like you're going to pit and come out in clear air, then obviously it opens up possibilities, doesn't it? Right, who is that Haas coming around the end? That would be Scotty MT. We've been on board with Scotty an awful lot tonight, I feel, already. I mean, we're only in qualifying. Most cars are currently on their outlaps with 1 minute 40 to go. They are going to be queuing up to start their final flying laps. Who is going to end up on pole position? Get your predictions in the chat, ladies and gents. Frank, who do you think is going to get pole? Mitch, who do you think is going to get pole? Lanny, if you're still knocking about. Manic, maybe. Who do you think is going to get pole position here? As Scotty MT is going to lead the charge on these final runs. He invalidated in the first sector on his previous effort. Let's see what he can do this time around. Look reasonably solid around the first corner as we head into this middle sector. Rides the curves very nicely, flings that Haas left and then right and then left again and then right again. Almost an invalidation. Purple first sector, he's nearly 3/10 up. Scotty MT is doing the business in sector 1 so far as we head down the hill towards the hairpin and the back straight. Spot your braking point, swing it into the left. Had to make a slight correction there, did not want to invalidate his lap. That may well hamper his exit just a tiny bit. And of course, if your exit is hampered onto the back straight, you lose time all the way down here. So let's see as he heads towards the final sector whether he is gaining or not on his current PB. He is 3.5 tenths up. That is going to be good enough for 5th place right now. Let's see if we can find a little bit more time in the final sector. You would expect him to, but that was slightly wide around that left-hander there. And then the triple right and 2 more corners to go, burning the last of his battery. Milan's left the session, no way. Milan has left the session. I will invite him back in just a few seconds' time. Doesn't matter. He's finished his qualifying in P5. Scott MT is going to cross the line. He goes up into 4th place in the Haas. A 32.15. Next to cross the line is going to be not Famas Wayne. It is going to be Chaz Knight Rider. No, it's not going to be Chaz Knight Rider. It's going to be Atmos. I do apologise, Atmos. He goes P7 in the Williams. That is good enough for him. Next to cross the line will be a V card. Is that VDL Brad? It is VDL Brad. Can he take provisional pole back? No, he can't. He improves in P2 with 31.711. I can invite you, Milan. Just bear with me. Just 2 seconds, please. I need to catch these final flyers. Ben Brash is going to cross the line very shortly. Indeed, no, he's not because he invalidates. Pro is going to cross the line. He goes into 16th place. Is that it? No, Famas Wayne is still on a flyer. There's cars in front of him. Oh my god, this is chaos. This is chaos. He's going to get a nice little toe though. Does he improve? He does. Up into P4. And is that it? Hazard in the Sauber. He is improving by a couple of tenths. Round the penultimate corner. It's currently P11, P12 now. Because the Aston Martin Adorno has gone into P10. And the Sauber of Hazard goes P9. Goes P9. Let's give Milan another invite to get him back in. We need Milan back in. There you go. Invite sent, Milan. And that is qualifying over and done with. Was it Brash? Did Brash take pole? Brash did take pole with that stunning lap in the middle of the session. How often do you see that? Pole position lap set in the middle of the session on his second run. 31.652. Brad can get within half a tenth, but that is it. Alongside him on the front row. Armin, P3. Brilliant for him. Fama Swain in P4. Scotty MT, P5 with Chaz Knight Rider, P6. Solid for him. Then Milan down in P7. He's not impressed. 5 VDL members in front. Atmos, P8 on debut for Williams. Hazard, P9. And Calvin can only manage 10th. Dono, 11th. Imad, 12th. Philippe, 13th. Kevin, 14th. Lucas, 15th. Pro, 16th. Bernsey, 17th. Subi, 18th. Quimo, 19th. And Mitch, 20th. Had the same. If it's possible at turn 1, then you really put yourself under pressure for the rest of the race. You really do. Milan can't even select his tyres. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at tyres then. Thankfully, Milan, you are going the same way as everybody else. So that's good news. That is good news. So Brash all the way down to Atmos in P9 have gone for the mediums. Milan's teammate in the Sauber, Hazard, is going for the alternate strategy. Now, this could help out Milan. This could help out Milan. With his teammate going long, when the likes of Armin, Brad, Brash, or Pitt, they may well come out behind this man. Could he do his teammate a solid and hold them up, especially through that first and final sectors? Let's see. Let's see, but Hazard in P9 on the hard tyres. The 4 cars behind him, Calvin, Dono, Imad and Philippe, are all on the mediums. Then we have Kevin in the Mercedes. He has gone for the hard tyres as well. And a similar story, he has 4 cars behind him on the mediums. That is Lucas, Pro, Bernsey and Subi. And then Quimo in P19 also on the hard tyres. So the 2 Mercedes boys are going long, along with Hazard in the Sauber. And Mitch at the back, starting P20, he is on the mediums. Milan says, maybe we discussed it, maybe not. Wow, maybe, maybe there is some team games going on over in that Sauber garage between Milan and Hazard. Maybe, just maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Oh no, what have I done? Bring it back. Thank you. Is Milan in his car? No, he's not. Oh, he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss a start, but he should be back in. Okay. Wow. Let's wait and see then. Well, we've got such a great race in store for us. 5 teams in the top 5. Ferrari, Racing Bull, Williams, Alpine and Haas. All in the top 5 as they line up on the grid. Brash lines up in his grid slot in that Ferrari. Who's winning, Ski? I am going to go with a slightly left field call. I'm going with Mr. Fama Swain. I've got faith in Fama Swain tonight. P4. He's won here before. I think he can do it again. As we wait for the guys at the back to pull into their grid positions. Stance Chaser is hoping for a Subi top 7. Oh, and Mitch got his parking wrong. Right then, here we go. Look at this for a starting slot. Oh my god. 5 red lights. And away they go. Brash gets a decent start, but so does Brad as well. As we head up the hill towards turn 1, Brash is in the lead still. Famas Wayne looks like he's going to be taking a tight line there. And Brash is still in the lead. Why are they ghosted? Not anymore. Brash still in the lead. Brad, P2, Armin right behind him. Look how close the top 3 are. As we head through the first sector, Famas Wayne is still there in P4. Milan's left the session again. I need to get him back in. Get him back in ASAP. This is awful for Milan. Invite sent to you, sir. Right then, who is gone where? Well, let's bring up the position change. The top 6 are as you were. Hazard had a brilliant start on the hard tyres. Thought they would be cold, but he's made up 2 positions on the opening lap, and he's currently in P7. Calvin's made a couple of places, as has Dono and Imad as well inside the top 10. Nightmare start for Atmos on VDL debut, dropping outside the top 10 even. He's down to 11th place. Subi up 6 places. He said that qualifying was not his strong point around here, and he's already up into P13, but currently alongside Lucas Nicodem in that chrome McLaren is Subi tonight, and it looks like he's going to lose that place to Lucas unless he can go for the switchback here. not available this time around. Dono and Imad are fighting for position. Dono goes up into P9. But as far as the top 6 are concerned, it is as you were. Brash is going to lead us on to lap 2 with Brad, Armin, Wayne, Scotty OT, and Chaz there as well. Who's in the pits? Calvin is in the pits. Is he? He must have wing damage on that Red Bull. Do I have wing damage? No, you don't have wing damage, but you are not back in your car. Oh, my word. Oh, Tuck's here. Hello, Tuck. Nice to see you here, sir. Brash is crazy at Kota. He put in a ridiculous lap. 31.6 was his lap in qualifying, and he set it in the middle of the session. So an unbelievable qualifying lap from Brash. And he's currently still there. Still there in P1. Of course, we do have DRS available now, though. Let's bring up the telemetry so we can see who is using it and when. And Brad sitting there in P2, 19% battery. Armin is not far behind him, 55% charge in that Williams. So he's managing his battery a little bit better than Brad. Of course, managing battery is going to be a hot topic in real life F1. Milan, does he need another invite? Let's send him another one quickly, shall we? Just to get him in. Milan, another invite sent your way, sir. As Mitch picks up a 3-second time penalty already. What is going on down here? Subi has managed to take back the position away from Lucas in the Haas. Up to P11 now for Subi. Oh my word, Milan is having a nightmare with his game. Stuck in the loading screen. Squimmo as well picks up 3 seconds. Mitch has had a great start, by the way. Oh, a bit of front wing going missing there. A little bit of contact between himself and Quimo. And Mitch holds on to the position, but he does have time penalty, as does Quimo behind. And here comes Quimo. My word, Mitch was giving him a squeeze there. But Quimo gets the move done into turn 1. And Mitch is going to lose another place to the Mercedes of Kevin. Now, of course, they're both on the hard tyres. But does Quimo let his teammate Kevin go through? I don't think he's going to have much of a choice down the back straight. I'm not going to lie. You don't want to do it here. Quimo will want to let him go down the back straight. That is what Kevin will also be hoping for. This is a great shot. This is a great shot. Look at the two Mercedes coming down the hill. Top 6 are still as you were. Doesn't look like there's going to be any overtakes on this lap either. So we'll stay on board with these guys this time around. And Kevin does indeed get the move done after the exit on the hairpin. And he's going to get the DRS as well. That is great news for Kevin. Mitch doesn't have DRS, or at least doesn't have it open if he did. So he is going to stay in 16th place then. But out front, it is still Ben Brash leading the way. Good evening, Destructive J. He's put his broom down. And he is tuned into the chat. Pleasure to see you here, Jay. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Yeah, well, now that you've finally followed me, you should be able to see when I'm streaming. So, come on, Jay. Come on, Jay. Right, top 6 as you were still then. Lap 4 of 28. Brad does look a little bit closer this time around. Battery levels pretty damn similar as Dono and Imad are going at it around turn 1. And Imad moves himself up into 7th place. How far are you off the leader, Milan? 20 seconds. 20 seconds. You're a pit stop. We have yellow flags. We have yellow flags. It's for Chaz Knight Rider. Chaz Knight Rider has had some sort of issue in the first sector, and he has cut himself off away from that leading pack. So the leading pack has gone from being 6 to now 5. Just a sweeping visit to say hi. Great work, Jay. I mean, you're I don't know what I was going to say. I'm not as quick with my words as some of these boys. Milan says, I hope Chaz dies. Well, he nearly died there. He nearly died there in the first sector. And he's now got a job on his hands to try and catch up to those guys. Or does he mix it up a little bit? Does he go for a really severe undercut and pit nice and early and try and catch those other boys out? Let's wait and see. Not sure if he dropped it on his own or whether he had a coming together with one of the other guys out in that leading pack. really not sure what happened to him. But, yeah, let's see what he does here. Is he going to stay out? He is indeed going to stay out. His teammate, meanwhile, Famas Wayne, my tip for the race win this evening, still sitting there in P4. Milan has left the session again. Oh my god, oh my god. This is not going well for Milan at all. Another invite sent your way, Milan. As we see Dono and Imad side by side as we go around turn 2. Who is going to come out in front here? I think it's going to be Imad, but was he off the track when he did that? I'm not entirely sure. They are still side by side. How have they not come together? This is brilliantly clean racing from the pair of them. They are still side by side. And finally, no, not finally. I thought Imad was ahead. He is ahead now. And here comes Hazard. He's going to dive up the inside. No, he's not. He backs out of it in the end. Knows there's a DRS straight coming up. And he's alongside Imad then. Dono moves to the left-hand side, trying to break that slipstream. Imad is on the far right. Hazard's getting a lovely toe down the straight. He's going to go to the left-hand side and move himself up into 7th place. Where's that racing bull? It is behind him. The Aston Martin Dono going for the switchback. Is he going to try it again? He's going to have to go the long way around the outside of Hazard. That is going to turn into the inside line. Great racing there from Dono and Hazard and Imad, to be fair. And look, it is causing chaos behind. Subi is now up into P10 in his never-ending battle with the Haas of Lucas Nicodem, as you see a Williams of BGR Atmos going super wide there. But that was unbelievable racing there from Hazard, from Dono, from Imad as well. Brilliant not to come together through all of those corners. Almost an entire lap, by the way. Almost an entire lap they were side by side. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Brilliant. Brilliant from the pair of them. This is good for Hazard as well, by the way. It's on those hard tyres. I think they might just be starting to become the faster tyre. And he's going to get the DRS on the Aston Martin in front on this lap. So we could see Hazard move up into 7th place and be on the better tyres. Tuck says, surprised Brash hasn't gone. Brad's doing well to keep up. He is doing very well. Let's have a look at battery levels. Brash has got more battery than Brad. And Armin and Wayne and Scott have all got similar levels. But yeah, Brash is doing really well. Brad unable to get past, even with the helping hand of opening up the rear wing in that racing ball. Sitting there in 2nd place right now with Armin P3. This will... Oh, will it suit Armin? No, actually, at the moment, this won't suit Armin because Brad will be closing the gap on him in the driver standings. Brad currently on course for his first podium of the season and his first race where he's not finished in 4th. I might have just jinxed him. Fingers crossed I haven't. But let's see. Let's see. Round the final corner they go then. Brash is going to lead us onto lap 7 of 28. That is a quarter of the way through this race. Brash charging up his battery as we head up the hill towards turn 1. Lucas Nicodem now picks up 3 seconds as well. I did say that time penalties could play a big part in this tonight. Armin looks very close to Brad there, actually. Time penalties could play a big part tonight as Dono moves back up into 7th place, but he doesn't get the exit that he was after. And Hazard is going to burn battery and go around the outside and takes the position straight back again. So Hazard moves himself back up into 7th place. We have yellow flags, and that is for the Mercedes of Kevin. He's got dirty tyres. He's been off track somewhere. And he drops down to 15th place and behind his teammate Philip Cilio as well. He has had a little bit of a spin. He drops down to 13th place. And Milan is making moves up into 15th now ahead of Kevin. He has got some work to do, has Milan. Damage limitation for him tonight. Look at this for a view. Imad has got a front row ticket to Hazard versus Dono, and Hazard is going to stay behind in 8th place. Dono up into 7th. They're costing each other so much time. Chaz is 3.5 seconds up the road now, but in turn he is losing time to the leading quintet of Brash, Brad, Armin, Wayne and Scotty MT. Top 6 are still, as we started, 7 laps down the line. Hazard gets a great launch. And is he going to try and overtake here? Yes, he is. He's going to burn battery, take a wide line, and go around the outside. And Hazard, what a move, takes the position away. Meanwhile, Famas Wayne in the Alpine, he's going for the undercut. Now, Famas Wayne is notoriously on his tyres. Kota is a track that is, you know, high tyre wear. So was Famas Wayne just struggling with his tyres just a little bit? Needs to come out ideally ahead of the Aston Martin that is coming up the hill towards turn 1 now. And he is indeed going to be ahead. So is Famas Wayne here going to be forced into a 2-stop strategy due to his tyre wear? I think that is quite likely. He's going to have to do 20 laps on these hards. And I just don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. Milan has left the session once more. Let's get him back in. Invite sent to you once more, Mr. Speckbell. Get yourself back in. Get your internet sorted, son. Come on. Come on. Right then, so Famas Wayne's pitted. He's come out in 12th place. If he gets a solid lap in here, anyone who pits from that leading 4 now should come out behind him. Let's go and have... Oh, what's going on here? Not too much. I thought it might have been an overtake. Milan is back in. Thank the Lord. Right, what does Brash do here then? Does he pit and cover Wayne? And Brad and Armin and Scott. They've all got a decision to make here. I would say stay out, as Brash does, as Brad does, as Armin does, as Scotty MT does. So that makes me believe that Wayne was really starting to struggle with his tyres. It does happen. I think I've witnessed it firsthand around here as well before, with Wayne struggling with his tyre wear and Kota. But he is going to have to do a 2-stop strategy. Those hard tyres are going to do very well to go to the end. But what it does mean, though, is that he is going to undercut all the guys that he was racing. So he will be ahead of them at some stage when they all come into pits. Meanwhile, Brash is off! Brash is off the track! Oh, my Lord! That is huge! For the as far as the race win goes, Brash has dropped down to P4. He's got no front wing. He has got no front wing whatsoever. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. He was out front and cruising. Was Brash?
No! No! I destroyed the cow!
Fantastic timing, Chancellor. Fantastic timing. But Brash is going to have to pit and get that front wing changed. Milan, oh my God, brother. I will keep inviting you. I will keep inviting you. Brash is going to have to pit. How that wasn't a safety car, by the way, is incredible. But yeah, okay, so Brash is out of the running for the race win then, barring anything wild happening. What do the guys out front do? Brad is now leading the race. With Armin in P2 and Scotty MC in P3. What is Brad going to do here? He is going to stay out. So is Armin. So is Scotty MC. Can I view Subi? Here he is. Here is Subi in the McLaren. Any front wing damage? No. He looks golden. Not golden. Papaya. He looks papaya. As Brash comes into the pit lane. Does he retire? Or does he get that front wing changed and go again? He is going to get his front wing changed and go again. Going on to Ferrari. Where is Famas Wayne? He's in P9. He's behind Atmos. Famas Wayne. Famas Wayne will not want to overtake Atmos. But he is going to have to overtake Atmos. He is going to have to. As Mitch gets caught speeding in the pit lane, picks himself up a 10-second time penalty. Disaster for the McLaren of Mitch. His teammate, meanwhile, in P7, Famas Wayne. Oh my God, he's almost pushing Atmos through those corners. He's going to go past. No, he's not. He stays behind to make sure he gets to the DRS. He dives up the inside. Alpine on Williams. And he takes the position. And, of course, will get the added benefit of opening up the rear wing. There it goes. And giving him that extra straight line speed down the back straight. Meanwhile, out front, Brad's still there. Armin behind him. Scotty MT still there as well. Chaz has lost so much time to these guys now. That early spin in the first sector has not done him any favours whatsoever. And only 1.6 seconds behind him is the Sauber of hazard on those hard compound tyres. They are clearly the tyres to be on a Chaz's span and put it in the wall. Did he pick up wing damage then as well? Oh my word, Chaz really struggling here tonight. Brad, Armin and Scott are staying out. Chaz, wow, Fabas Wayne's going past him. And Chaz is not pitting. Why is Chaz... Oh my word, this is a nightmare for Chaz. A nightmare for Chaz Knight Rider. Chaser says this could be a win. I've just realised I've been saying Chancer and it's not, it's Chaser. I do apologise. Could this be a win for Brad to break the curse? You better believe it could be. You better believe it could be. No one saw anything. Ski, how much that Chaz retires? I mean, it's very plausible. Imad is go down the inside of Brash here, and Imad moves himself up into 12th place. That is for position, by the way. As we see out front, Armin overtaking Brad. Armin up into first place. Wow, this is huge. A big move there for Armin to get himself up into first. Scott MT had front row tickets to that one. And now, I mean, they're surely going to pit now. 11 laps on the mediums to do 17 on the hards. That sounds about right to me. Don't be surprised to see all three of these drivers come into the pits now. Armin definitely will want to, I think. Now that he is out in front, he will definitely want to pit. Let's see what he does. And I'm chatting absolute bollocks. Don't listen to a word I say. I'm a rubbish commentator. I don't know what I'm talking about. Armin has stayed out while Brad and Scotty MT have pitted. I think this may well cost Armin the win, you know. I honestly believe this might cost Armin the win. Rahi TV? I have no idea if I pronounced that right, but I'm going with it. Rahi TV, appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. Armin loves staying out late. He does love staying out late. 10. He got online the other night. 10. But yeah, I mean, where did Brad and Scott come out? They've come out nearly 6 seconds back from Power Swain. But of course, their tyres are much fresher. Atmos is doing some clean laps. There he is in P13. In the Williams, Mitch picks up another 3-second time penalty. Armin's so tired. Armin's always tired. He was in the chat, in the party, yawning at 7:30 the other day. 7:30. Crazy. Imad picks up a 3-second time penalty, and we see him go very wide there on the exit. Yeah, lots of time penalties being handed out. Pro as well picks up another 3 seconds. Subi and Brash going at it. Brash moves up into P10, and he's got DRS. So he was behind Subi at the detection point. He gets ahead in the hairpin, and then uses the DRS. You can see it there. It just pulls away very nicely from Subi. Brash on a recovery drive. Armin into the pit lane in the Williams. Surely he is going to be undercut here by Brad and by Scotty MT. Where are they on the track? Coming up to the final corner now. Milan's left again. Oh my word. Where is Armin? He's leaving the pit lane. And VDL, Brad and Scotty MT just about have undercut him. They are now ahead as Lucas Nicodem gets caught speeding in the pit lane. 10 seconds for him. Milan. Get yourself sorted out, son. Right then, new race leader of Hazard. He's done 12 laps on those hards. Expect him to do another at least 3, I'd thought. And then he'll be pitting for the faster medium tyres. If they have DRS on each other, that is going to be tough for Armin. It is. He's 1.6 seconds behind Scotty. Let's wait and see. He really needs to put his foot down and get to within a second of Scotty in front. But as you said, Scotty MT is going to have DRS here. Rear wing open. And that is going to help him to pull away from Armin. But of course, Armin on 1 lap pressure tyres. So, I mean, let's see. Let's wait and see. Yellow flags in sector 2. Fabas Wayne has had a spin. Oh my god, what have they been putting in these Alpines tonight? They are both having nightmares. Chaz has had multiple spins. Now Famas Wayne has had a spin. Armin sweeps past. But I think that has cost him. Is Wayne having wheel trouble? Oh, he's retired on track. Oh, no. Oh, no, Wayne. I reckon Wayne has had wheel issues here. But we have just witnessed him retire on track. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right, so my race winner prediction of Famas Wayne is going to be wrong. It's going to be wrong then. Yeah, I think his wheel's gone, Frank. I think it has. So Hazard in the lead then. VDL Brad P2, Scott MT P3, Armin P4, Brash overtaking Quimo. Look at this for a recovery drive from Brash. He's up into P5 now in that Ferrari. Okay, he's 11 seconds off the guys ahead. But let's see where he can finish. Can he catch them? Can he pass them? Let's wait and see. I think his main competition might well be this man here, Hazard in the Sauber. Because when he pits, he's not going to be that far behind, but he will be on fresh medium tyres. So we'll have some serious pace under him. As Dono and Quimo side by side around the hairpin they go and onto the back straight. And I think Dono has indeed got the DRS as well. So he has done what Brash did to Subi on the lap previous. Has got the overtake done before the DRS kicks in. And Imad, he flies past Quimo as well, up into 7th place for the Racing Bulls. The Racing Bulls are looking mighty fine tonight, aren't they? They are looking mighty fine tonight. Brad currently in 2nd, Imad in P7. I think they are going to extend their championship lead. As the second... Wait, no. Subi in the McLaren goes up the inside of Quimo. So he moves himself up into 8th place. Quimo yet to do a pit stop, I believe. I don't think he's going to come in on this lap just yet. Maybe another lap or two. I think you should be aiming for around about 10 laps on the mediums. 10 laps on the mediums should be alright. Obviously, they will be pretty dead towards the end of the race. But, I mean, look at the time Armin is losing. 3.3 seconds he's lost. When he came out pit lane, he was 1.6 seconds behind Scotty. And I think a couple of factors are in play here. The fact that Scotty MT has got DRS on Brad is helping him. And also the fact that Armin had to navigate a very slow Alpine of Famas Wayne. As Armin goes off the track there, that might just be a track limit warning. What he needs is Hazard and this Sauber to stay out this lap. If he stays out this lap, he might just hold up Brad and Scott a little bit and help Armin close that gap. As Pro in the Ferrari picks up a 3-second time penalty, currently down in P15. Or a safety car, Frank. You're absolutely right. Or a safety car. Although we haven't had one just yet. Right, what is Hazard going to do here? Brad really needs to clear him down the pit straight. He does not want to be held up behind Hazard in the first sector. And if he can, put that Sauber between himself and Scotty, that could be pretty huge. Hazard does indeed stay out. Brad burns his battery, uses the slipstream, opens up the rear wing as well, and he's going to go around the outside, and this is a big, big move for Brad. Goes a bit wide there, actually. Very wide indeed, but gets the move done and is now net, well, not net P1, he is P1. Could Atmos overtake Subi? Brad picks up 3 seconds! Oh my word! Oh my word! He's just got into the lead of the race, and then he goes and picks up a 3-second. Now, I said this at the start of the stream. Time penalties could be huge tonight. They could be absolutely huge. Milan is back into the race. Has Hazard got DRS? Mitch picks up another 3 seconds. I don't think he does. No, he doesn't. And here comes Scotty MT. Right. Brad has a mission now. He has to break 3 seconds to Scotty behind as Chaz picks up a 3-second time penalty. Brad's currently in none, harvesting his battery. But yeah, Brad now has to keep Scotty out of that 1 second before they hit the DRS once again. I mean, if Scotty can just hang in his DRS, then it's GG's. Scotty will win his first race in the Video Racing League, and our streak of a different winner every round will go on another week. And Brad is burning his battery a little bit here. Look, 1.2, 1.1 seconds. And yeah, Scotty is not in the DRS here. He is not in the DRS here. So Brad has the opportunity here to pull away from Scotty ever so slightly. What do you do if you're Brad here? Work with Scott and take the P2 to ensure you're ahead of Armin, or try and win? You have to try and win. You have to try and win, surely. Surely you've got to try and win this now if you're in Brad's position. Running a none through this opening sector. He needs to be careful. He does not want Scotty to be within 1 second. That might have been a track limit warning for Scotty there, you know. He does not want Scotty within a second when they hit that DRS detection line. Brad's still in none now, burns a bit. 1.1 seconds, where's the line? There it is, and he's outside of the DRS. So Brad should stay ahead down the pit straight. Meanwhile, Brash still in P5, 10.5 seconds back from Armin in P4. Hazard's still out there in that Sauber. Is he hanging out for a safety car maybe? I think we might see him pit on this lap. Meanwhile, let's run down through the order then. Video Brad in the lead. With Scotty MT in P2, Hazard in P3, that is a false position. I'm sure we're going to see this guy pit on this lap. Armin P4, Brash in P5, Dono in P6, Subi P7, strong recovery drive from him so far. Imad in P8, Atmos P9 currently. He may well get a little bit higher with Imad's time penalty in front. Armin is now being held up by this Sauber behind. This is costing him even more time. Look how slow he's got to go. And Hazard does indeed come into the pit lane. So Atmos P9, Crimo P10, Chaz down in P11. Calvin, we have not seen this man very much at all tonight. Had a bad qualifying. I think he qualified 10th. Currently down in P12. Philippe Celia in P13 with Lucas Nicodem in P14. Mitch is in P15. No, he's not. He's in P16. As Calvin picks up 3 seconds. We've just got on board with him. He picks up 3 seconds. Kevin in P15. Mitch in P16. Pro is in P17 with Milan having connection problems down in P18 for Sauber, and Bernsey bringing up the rear in the Red Bull in P19. Right then, Brad has got a comfortable gap now to Scotty. 1.5 seconds. He's got 10 laps as Brad. He has got 10 laps to pull out a second and a half. Basically, to pull out a second and a half on Scotty MT. Brash is bringing that gap down on Armin just a little bit, although it is still a pretty sizable 9 seconds. Dono a couple of seconds further back. This is a really good drive from Dono. Where did he qualify? Qualified in 11th. So a really good drive from him. I mean, this man's having a stellar drive as Hazard goes down the inside of Atmos. Fresh mediums on that Sauber, and Hazard has got some serious pace right now on those fresh mediums. But yeah, Subi up 12 places, qualified in 18th. If you remember, he DNF'd from qualifying, didn't even set time on the board, but currently riding in P6. This could be an early shout for drive of the day, you know. Subi really could be. Fantastic pace. He's made up positions. Where did Hazard qualify? Hazard qualified in P9, currently running P8. But we are going to see him catch and pass quite a few cars. He's got 4 cars in front of him. So Imad, Subi, Dono, and Brash. I think a P4. I think a P4 is really possible for Hazard here. As long as he catches the cars at the right moments and he can get the overtakes done reasonably quickly, with the aid of DRS, of course, I think we could see Hazard up into P4. As Lucas Nicodem comes into the pits for the Haas. Could bring Atmos to the front group. I mean, I don't think Atmos is going to get close enough to Hazard now. He is on those hard tyres, which are slower than the mediums, and Hazard is absolutely flying right now. He is absolutely flying, burning battery down the straight as well. Frank says this is a great recovery from Ben. It is a great recovery from Brash. He had no front nose at one point in this race. And he's currently now in P4, 9 seconds off Armin in P3. Meanwhile, what's happened here? Because the gap between Brad and Scotty is below a second. And does that mean that Brad's race win hopes have just gone out the window? Scotty NT can afford to just sit behind Brad, don't do anything crazy, don't pick up a 3-second penalty, and he knows the race win will be in the bag. Big blow for VDL Brad. Although, I think if you'd have said to Brad, as we see the fastest lap from Hazard, he is absolutely flying, a 35.892. He's going to go up the inside of Imad into turn 1, gets it slowed down, keeps it on the track. Textbook. Absolutely textbook move from Hazard in that Sauber. Yeah, as I was saying, I think if you'd have said to Brad, pre-race tonight, you're going to finish P2, as Dono picks up 3-second time penalty. That could be good news for Subi. It will be good news for Hazard as well. If you'd have said to Brad, you're going to finish in P2 tonight, I think he would have snapped your hand off. Because, you know, podium, it breaks his P4 curse, which he's been dying to do. And of course, as long as it wasn't going to be Armin in front, which it isn't, he will bring the gap down in the driver standings. But given that he is P1 on track and he's driven a pretty damn good race so far, I think he'll be slightly disappointed with P2. I really do. I really do. Brash is putting that gap down to Armin. 8.6 seconds now. Let's have a look with Hazard then. Let's see what these medium tyres can do. He is right on the back of Subi. Let's have a look at tyres. Hazard on 2-lap-old medium, Subi on 8-lap-old hards. Now, Hazard will obviously be quicker than Subi right now, but when he gets the overtake done, if Subi can just stick with him, he could have a chance at taking the position back later on in the race when the hards become better than the mediums. When we have the switch over once again. But here comes Hazard, second lap in a row. He's going to get an overtake done on the pit straight, and Hazard moves himself up into P6. And of course, Dono in front has a time penalty. How much? 3 seconds. So Hazard is a net P5 right now. He'll be looking to overtake Dono, and then he's got 3 seconds to Brash in P4. So with his teammate Milan struggling for a solid connection tonight, could Hazard bring home the bacon? Can't say that. Can Hazard bring home the points for Sauber and make up what Milan is losing this evening? Of course, you can't help him in the drivers. Not really. Not unless he can catch Armin, which I don't think is doable. But he is certainly doing his absolute best in the constructors right now. I think I gave Hazard my driver of the day last week. He was really good pace last week in Singapore. So this is the second week in a row that we're seeing a brilliant drive from Hazard. Really, really good work. As Philippe Cilia down in P13 picks up a 3-second time penalty in the Aston Martin, whilst we watch his teammate come under increasing pressure towards the end of lap 22. Charging battery is Dono. He's got less charge than the Sauber behind. Are we going to see Hazard go for a third overtake in a row down the pit straight? Burns battery on the exit. Rear wing opens up. The Aston Martin Dono moves to the left-hand side, trying to break that slipstream. And Hazard is too far back on this particular occasion to get an overtake done. Let's have a look at the GOAT. Atmos, he is heading into turn 1. He is a little bit all on his own out there. But driving a solid enough race. He's done 11 laps in these hard compound tyres. As Chaz and Calvin are going to go wheel to wheel around turn 1. Chaz, oh my word, Chaz, you dirty, dirty driver. He's just forced Calvin off the road at turn 1. Unbelievable from Chaz Knight Rider. Shocking. Get him out. Boot him out of the league. Awful. Awful. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pick up 3 seconds, Chaz. You deserve it. You deserve it, you horrible man. You horrible, horrible man. Anyway, Chaz is up into P10. Calvin P11. Hazard goes past Dono round the outside. Contact between the two. Dono is fighting that hard, but Hazard is going to get the move done regardless. Dono's going to try and hang this around the outside, but extra grip for Hazard in that Sauber, and he gets the move done. Up into P5, But that little scrap might have just cost him some crucial time in his attempts to try and catch Ben Brash up into P4. Let's see what he can do. Dono looking feisty, to be honest. So could we see Dono come straight back at him? Down the pitch straight. That's a nice line through the final corner. As we see Hazard doing what Dono did on the previous lap and breaking the toe, moving to the left-hand side of the track before resuming back to the racing line for turn 1. And Hazard should be able to just drive away a little bit now. Both in none. In fact, Hazard has just switched to medium, looking to break the 1 second. Dono's fighting really hard for his first second to stay with him, and he is. All fairness to him, he is staying with him here. Is he going to be within 1 second when he hit the DRS detection point? He burns a bit of battery to stick there with him, and he is. Yeah, he's 7/10 shy of Hazard. So he is going to get DRS down this back straight as Pro in the Ferrari. Down in P16 right now, he picks up a 3-second time penalty. Dono's too far back. Surely he's not going to get an overtake done here. Though he is closing the gap. He's getting ever closer to the Salvo Hazard. Can he outbrake him? He's just having a look up the inside contact between the two. Burnsy picks up 3 seconds in the middle of that. But Hazard sees off the challenge of the Aston Martin this time around. Dono, of course, carrying a time penalty. So he's going to finish behind Hazard either way, really. Let's see how that progresses. Meanwhile, out front, VDL Brad still leading the way on track, but with that 3-second time penalty as we have a yellow flag at the final corner. That's a Burnsy. He's facing the wrong way. Oh my God, the Ferrari goes straight through him. No safety car. Thank the Lord. Brad is thanking his... Excuse me. He's thanking his lucky stars out front as Burnsy picks up 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Bloody hell. What on earth? Excuse me. 16 seconds of penalties now. Bloody hell. More yellow flags. I think is this still for Burnsy? Or is it for slow Aston Martin? Oh, it might be for Dono. Might have been for Dono, you know. As Hazard picks up a 3-second penalty. That'd be good news for Brash and P4. And Burnsy retires on track. Oh no! Oh my God! We've got a safety car! Oh my God! No! The second week in a row, we've got a safety car right at the end. And VDL Brad... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're going to see pit stops galore. We're going to get 2 laps of racing. Oh my God, I'm having flashbacks to last week. Dono hit Hazard. Has Hazard got front wing damage? He looks okay. Does Dono have front wing damage? Yes. Front right end plate is missing. Right. What is going to happen here then? We need to go on board with VDL Brad. This is bad, bad news for VDL Brad. He's got a 3-second time penalty. Although he was winning the race on track, he was nailed on P2. He was nailed on P2. But a 3-second time penalty. We're going to see soft tyres here. Surely soft tyres. Yeah. Brad, Scotty, Armin as well. Yeah, he is in. Let's just hope there are no lapped cars in the tyres. Armin. Oh my God, there's a McLaren between them. Oh my God, Mitch is between them. Right. So as the... What's happened here? Oh, okay, they did. Okay, so if you've got a time penalty, this is bad news. This is horrendous news if you have got a time penalty. The good news for Brad is that there is a lapped car between Scotty and Armin. So that could give him the opportunity to pull away as much as he can. The entire top 11 are now all on soft tyres. I'm not going to bother running through the order until we're all behind the safety car. Because there's still cars in the pits. There are time penalties to be added on. I have a real worry here. And it's already been touched on in chat by Frank. I have a real worry that this 3-second penalty for Brad is going to result in a 4th place. I hope to God this does not happen. Getting Singapore flashbacks, I know. This is the exact same situation to what we had last week. An exact replica. Mitch says it feels nice to be at the front. Mitch, I beg, for the sake of getting a fair race, obviously you are a lapped car. If you can just, I mean, I don't know how to do it. I think Mitch, if you go off track, then the guys in front the guys behind you can get past, so that we're sort of in a sort of correct running order, if that feels right, if I've explained that right. Or failing that, maybe pit. You're not going to lose any positions, Mitch. You're not going to lose any positions if you pit. But what it would do is benefit the guys out front, so they don't have a lapped car in the way. In fact, yeah, there he is. Yeah, Mitch, brilliant. I hope this has worked. No, you don't need to let everyone go. No, Mitch, move. You're gonna get disqualified, Mitch. Oh my God. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, but we just don't want you sort of in the. Yeah. Okay. Fair play, Mitch. Fair play award for Mitch, please. Fair play, mate. Thank you. Yeah. So it gets the lapped car out of the way of the leading runners. Obviously, you can't overtake under the safety car, but if the car is off track, then yes, you can. Burnsy says, at this point, retirement is my only option. Turning off assists was meant to make me better, not so much worse. I've actually no words. Every time I was so much slower than everyone until I bin it. Burnsy, you just got to keep at it. I mean, if you want to turn your assists off so you can have some competitive racing, then of course you can do that. But it will get better. It will get better, I promise you. I think we are going to get 2 laps of racing. Surely the safety car is going to come in this lap, right? Safety car in this lap. We are going to get 2 laps of racing. Brad has a 3-second time penalty. This is the order. Brad, Scotty, Armin in P3, Brash in P4, Hazard P5, Subi P6, Imad P7, Atmos in P8. Calvin in P9, Dono in P10, Chaz in 11th, Philippe Celia is on 8-lap old cards randomly in P12, Milan in P13 but could jump up the order with time penalties ahead. Primo P14, Lucas P15, Kevin P16, Pro 17th and Mitch in 18th. Safety car is coming in. Brad becomes the de facto safety car. He will back the pack up, allow the safety car to pull into the pits, and now it is entirely in Brad's hands. He will decide when we go racing for these final 2 laps here at Circuit of the Atmos. Sorry. And there we go. Brad has gone. He has bolted, burning his battery down a pit straight. Let's bring up the gap to the leader. We can see where he will drop to. This is big news. I don't want him to finish P4 tonight. I'd rather he finish P5. I don't want him to finish P4. But Brad has got a good start. Scotty MT is sticking with him within half a second. As we head through the first sector, we are going to have 2 laps. It is a sprint to finish all sprints here this evening. Armin plays, cannot believe his luck. He's gone from a nailed on P3 to probably a nailed on P2. Maybe even a race win if he can make an overtake on Scotty MT. As we head down towards the hairpin then and onto the back straight for the penultimate time. Is there any overtakes going on further down the field? No, it does not look like it. Everyone looks to be behaving themselves. As we head towards the end of the straight then, are we going to see any dive bombs? Oh, that is an Aston Martin against a Red Bull. That is Dono on Calvin. Calvin now has the inside line, but Dono is going to try and hang it around the outside. They're both on fresh soft tyres. They're both going to have plenty of grip, but Calvin holds on to the position, takes a very tight line. to make sure that he does exactly that. But meanwhile, we need to stick with the leaders here. Currently, that 3-second penalty for Brad would drop him to P6. No, it wouldn't. P5, because Hazard also has a 3-second time penalty. New fastest lap of the race. First for Brad, then for Scotty MT. The final lap, 28 of 28 here at COTA. Round turn 1 they go for the final time. How much battery has Scott got? 50%, 35 for Brad. He is going to be in a world of pain. Yellow flags in the first sector. That is for the Red Bull of Calvin. Bringing out the yellow flags at turn 1. He gets going once again though. But Brad, he's being absolutely hassled by the Haas of Scotty MT. Scotty will win this race as long as he doesn't pick up a time penalty. But does he want to win it on track? Or is he okay with inheriting it? Let's see then as we head down the back straight for the 28th and final time. Battery is being burnt by Scotty MT and by VDL Brad. Scotty is closing the gap. Is he going to get close enough to Brad? No, he's not. Oh my God, he's going to go for a massive lunge. Oh my God, huge lunge by Scotty. And through goes Armin. He forces Scotty wide and off the track. Look at this. The Ferrari of Brash is there as well. Oh my God, Brad is going to be able to pull away a bit here. They're 3 wide. They are 3 wide. Armin is between the Ferrari and the Haas. Who is going to finish second? Armin goes for a spin. Armin's in the wall. Armin is in the wall. Brad is going to go around the final corner. He is going to win the race on the track. Scotty MT is 1.5 seconds behind. No, it's not. It's Brash. It's going to be Scotty MT wins. Scotty MT wins. Ben Brash finishes in second place after being without a front wing earlier on. Subi takes the final podium position. And you have guessed it. Who is in P4 after all of that? It's VDL Brad. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe what I have just witnessed. I don't even know where Armin finished. Oh my God. I could barely contain my excitement. What an unbelievable finish to the race. Scotty MT takes home his first ever win in VDL Racing League. He got the race win. He got the bonus point for the fastest lap as well. Max points for him. And also cleanest driver. Driver of the day for the game goes to Subi. Most overtakes goes to Calvin. And this is how we finished provisionally, of course. Scotty MT wins from P5 on the grid. He takes home the race win. He takes home the fastest lap. 36 points in the pocket for Scotty MT. Brash P2. What a recovery. Subi from 18th up into 3rd place. Brad finishes 4th. Oh my God, the curse goes on. Atmos P5 on debut for him. Hazard P6 in the end. Brilliant for him. Armand scrambles home to P7 with Milan P8. Huge for him. Dono P9. Imad P10. Kevin in P11. Chaz 12th. Calvin in 13th. Philippe in 14th. Lucas 15th. Kumo 16th. Pro 17th. Mitch 18th. Burnsy, and I don't know who the last one was.